My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
I was John Mahama Beka say recently John Mahama bar until before ba Omi Beka so obecha E-levy ni no. So come multimedia, there was a reaction towards John Mahama's statement. Recently John Mahama bar until Beka Ghana for say E-levy no obetwam because we don't have to pay E-levy. How diabolic these fuck boys are. I call them fuck boys because who will be say Kojo Yankson. Journalism. Joy News either they sleep with their friends, girlfriends, or they go and gossip about a guy. What they did on multimedia, and they say after John Mahama came up boldly, time or accept it, say, or don't they lead the NDC, our cast E-levy. These people went on Joy News, these fuck boys went to sit in Joy News, and they tried to ridicule John Mahama. Today, Mahamudu Bawumia has come out to say he will cancel E-levy. They have ignored that part. They don't have time to tell us Bawumia is a fool. But when John Mahama came out first to say he would make sure he cancels E-levy, these same stupid boys at Joy News sat on Joy News and they tried to ridicule him. And it was like, and this one thing I just say, the Joy News for the majority of the media in Ghana, they are not in your favor. They will do everything possible to keep the NDC in opposition because Omunim say Omu are part of the cartel. They are part of the NPP criminals. So they will do everything possible to discredit your candidate, to discredit your party. Even though Omunim say the NDC is better than any political party in Ghana. Now let's go to Joy News. Cancel E-levy. Let's go and listen to them. It's about 7 minutes. Listen to the latter part.
John Mahama says the next NDC government will repeal the E-levy Act. Story of my journal life. This is when he spoke yesterday, right?
Yep, at Kempinski.
Okay, let me find the quote. He says that the E-levy is only a distortionary and burdensome tax that only forces Ghanaians to pay more while suffering. Okay. So this thing that he did called Ghana at a crossroads. He said, unfortunately, in the face of this self-inflicted economic catastrophe, this government, against all sound advice, has decided to introduce the E-levy that heaps more suffering on Ghanaians. Okay, a new NDC government, God willing, with the votes of the sovereign people of Ghana, in 2025 will repeal the E-levy Act. Okay. All right. Now, a few things. First of all, as per the NDC's constitution, John Mahama is the leader of the party. Am I right?
Well, if we have the flag bearer, he's not now. He's the party chairman that is.
I'm so glad you made that correction.
Yeah.
So what's he doing?
He's de facto flag bearer.
I don't know whether that fits with their democratic credentials. He's talking about how with the vote of the sovereign people of Ghana, so he understands that it's votes that will get him there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so first it must be the votes of his party's delegates that make him the flag bearer, after which he can then start talking about what he will do or won't do if he wins the election. But let's talk about the principle of it, E-levy.
Yeah, but before you go to the end, I've heard, and I asked this question to Sammy Jennifer. He says, so far as he's aware, the party's position is what Mahama communicated.
Okay.
Because he said the same thing, and he had quoted the general secretary of the party as saying same too.
Now, hold on. You see that fuck boy could Forson or whatever, Kojo Kumsin. He what in guy? Oh, John Mahama made a statement. Oh no, but now John Mahama no NDC. And I'm so he's a leader now because they're about to go elect a flag bearer. So as far as they have not elected a flag bearer, John Mahama is a leader. And also okay. And already also John Mahama say NDC ba power. John man say the nipa mo Ghana pe no ene no and the nipa mo Ghana pe ene den so be twa E-levy or say then John Mahama can how does it fit into their democratic credentials kwasia for boy so ko kan kwasia book bia. So John Mahama, if even he's not a flag bearer, he cannot comment on a decision a current government is taking that to go against the people. Stupid boy, foolish boy, fuck boy. Side Jimmy 4 boys when not radio so Ghana CBN. Now he stops and asks John Mahama he's the leader of the party. He's speaking as a Ghanaian before a party person, and he's going to contest. Oh, okay. So for John Mahama to say Ghana for E-levy near the Batumus na Ghana for the Omo and say Ghana for Ninano, so Omo be win power, Omo be den, Omo be cha E-levy. John Mahama no, what he's saying does not fit the NDC democratic credentials. Kwasia bema, wako siya bro for tantan bi, school Papa Bena okoye. School Papa Bena, this fuck boy okoye. And this foolish boy, and this is what they do in Ghana. They sit on radio in kwasiasa munkwa. Nyansa ba kumponi omutim. O started radio, so you don't kwashe advertising. Near the Waba Besha morning show. You nim the enfanya. Why I say radio jantreni? You don't share on fit. By force accent. You people are dumb boys. We know you people. Foolish boys. John Mahama does not have the capacity to speak on a bad tax that has been imposed on the people. Let's move forward. You people, the people who chase you with guns and cutlasses. Somewhere Jimmy. Small no kofio. These MPP foot soldiers are giving you. Dirty fuck boys. Oh, John Mahama is saying that the people don't like it, so it's against their democratic credentials. Kwasiabema, what you call your boni pan what you to abua radio sunka. Dumso jinem kwasia untumintina radio sunka ufinsa apofi obetra kekan kwasiasem bro for tan bi amakosua fuck boy like you. Now let's move on. Ubamu de hwe kwasiade omyeye because John Mahama and the Baumia say he will cancel E-levy. Baumia says he will cancel E-levy. Fuck boy, what are you saying about it?
John Mahama says the next NDC
the E-levy.
Okay, that's
so maybe he's just re-echoing what the party really wants to do. Except that he has elevated it to the level of he and his stature. So now people put a lot of credence on it anyway.
Okay, but do you believe that the NDC will do that? They will repeal the tax when they come into office.
To be fair, I think just for the politics of it, they will do it. Not because they will not need their money, because I'm not sure in 2025 if that's when the NDC is coming to power. Our economy would have improved so much that E-levy will be useless. It will be a drop. 6.9 billion will be a drop in the ocean. So it will be a nuisance tax at the time, or it will not yield the needed effects and all of that.
Yeah.
So I really think that they would remove it because they promised it and they don't want to be seen as being lying to the people, which will be a huge thing against them. If you see the emotional reaction, the anger around E-levy, it's become so unpopular that standing against it and going ahead to repeal it will sound like a very people-centered move. And it will sound like you really meant what you wanted to do and you have done it in a much more convincing way. So I'm convinced they will do it. As to whether that will be prudent economic practice, it is the economy in 2025 that will determine that. Because if you need more money, if you need more resources, if you have to pay back all your loans and the bonds and all of that, and they are coming together against you, and your best alternative on the table is to remove more taxes and deprive yourself of resources, it might not be the wisest decision to make. But then again, politics always transcends or is more important than economics of the day. Politics what keeps political parties in power. So if they really want to do it, they can remove it. But of course, I mean, those of us who are opposed to the E-levy, we are excited that somebody is listening and joining us in our opposition to the E-levy. And at least there's hope in the future that if the government will not listen, there's an alternative that's likely to give you hope about the future of this particular levy.
I think the former president is just playing political psychology on us as a country. We are talking about the emotions attached to E-levy. Many people are actually angry about the implementation of the E-levy. So he's taking advantage of the situation to say, okay, let me speak to their emotions. And you could imagine how, or feel how people responded when he said, "One will come." Or
see some foolish analysis. See some stupidity. Hwe akwa na no said the tare koraba ho koto bibi guro ofri hefa. John Mahama is playing on the emotions of the people. So this is the journalism people have been talking about. This is the journalism. We are the fearless and the DND multimedia. This is the journalism. The man who spoke before that fool wearing that glasses. I say, the issue is that a government needs to come in. If the economy is better at that time, maybe the government will consider some things. If it's worse, the government needs money. So maybe it will also reconsider. That is journalism. He is being analytical. He's being intelligent. He made you understand. Say economy ni ya. Edu wana sa abanishana ebi o yesika too much. Ebi obe reconsider. I would say ebi obe so ebi fufro. Ebi ebedu wana sa economy no so enya. Abano can take another decision. Shekwasi ampe no share glass na no se bottle. Na no se. Kwasi ampe yo to say John Mahama is playing on the emotions. See the way people are clapping. Kwasi awe on hand obe journalism dabe. Is this journalism? These dirty boys. These dirty boys. 1982 glasses be a sharon who Phoebe. He does not even understand. Joy News no but no. They cannot manage there. They want to think for somebody who has managed Ghana before. For these fools to get places to go when they are sick. So kwasiampe or two and yem trust Pentecost for ceiling fan. Ono never tell John Mahama is being playing psychological game of free. Kwasiato journalism na full. Such a dirty riffraff. See his analysis. Nanka say nanka journalism and you kwasi bia betuma kwa journalist ana. Anameboa. Any fool can go and sit and say, oh, John Mahama is playing on the emotions of the people. Kwasi I want to Ghana. Is the E-levy not affecting you? How much are you paid at multimedia? Your salary is not even more than $100 a month. And you are begging people laboro and all that. Unto your rent. And such a dirty soul will sit there and speak trash. Now, I'm mention my last one and hear the nonsense they were saying.
John Mahama says the next thing.
My conclusion is this. Most of our politicians will send them to go and do this. They'll tell them they're going to do this. They end up doing something different. Obi was sent to go and study law, come and help the people of Omofia. But he went and learned English to speak big grammar. That is the state of the country.
Who's Obi in this conversation? I don't get a conversation. What's the Obi part?
So who's speaking the big
Ben, it's good to see you.
Thank you.
Welcome to everyone.
Thank you.
We're trying to figure out whether the former president is spinning us a yarn or telling us the truth when he says that they will abolish the
E-levy.
Yes, when they come into office. What do you think? Do you believe it?
You know, in that speech, he mentioned something about this government and all the promises they made and the reality on the ground. If there's anything I've learned about politics, is that, you know, some of these things, I don't know, you just take it with a pinch of salt.
But you see, there's a particular problem here of credibility for John Mahama, former President Mahama, because his whole message is that he has learned lessons, right? Ghanaians didn't like what he did the first time, but he has learned lessons. Okay, so he will do something different. Has he learned lessons? Has he learned lessons? Look at what this government did when they came into office. Abolished all kinds of taxes. In fact, they said they abolished a 1% special import levy, 17.5% VAT. They did 15 taxes, plenty of them. They abolished and exempted. Now they are introducing new taxes.
Some of them, yeah.
Thank you. And now they are introducing new taxes, and they call these nuisance taxes. By the way, what do you think the people feel about the E-levy? Don't they feel like it's a nuisance? So is John Mahama really learning? Okay, if he's also starting off by promising that he's also going to come and abolish things. Hey, now
but this boy, who made him a journalist? So John Mahama has learned lessons, and if the taxes look good, he should come and do what? Continue the foolishness of the NPP? What is this analogy? What is this analogy? Like, John Mahama, has he learned his lessons? Somebody is fooling. What has he got to do with John Mahama? The taxes these people have introduced, did Mahama introduce even half of it? So what has this got to do with Mahama learning lessons? Baumia is a fool. Ekufuor is a fool. They are introducing taxes you've not seen before. And John Mahama is saying that when I come to power, I will get rid of some of the taxes. What is the lessons in this? And these are the fools who sit on radio and say all political parties are the same. Kwasia Bema Fantini obekone mame hospital ne mame yede ne kono. Sa hospital ndis ne sima no aboa Fantini Jimmy fo obetran kran. Etafre mema to. Ema na adwen so a fuck boy nti otumi tena radio so no we yi ni tiri ni tiri apompono ne ho fin abegina say has John Mahama learned his lessons. Baumia is introducing the taxes. MPP is introducing the taxes. When John Mahama was in power, those taxes, weigh those taxes and weigh the taxes we have today and see which ones were nuisance. Are you stupid? How do you read? How do you analyze the issues? How foolish can you be? How empty can you be? And these foolish boys are sitting on radio every morning, full of diseases, and they talk shit because you BMI cartoon. What kind of analysis are you doing? John Mahama said he has learned his lessons. And you know what the lesson John Mahama has learned? John Mahama has learned that you do not give power to idiots. You do not hand over power to criminals. You do not let fools who will not build hospital come into office. You don't allow fools to come and kill Ghanaians just because of power. John Mahama has learned that Ghanaians, at the end of the day, they need more infrastructure. They need more things to change their lives. And that what he did wasn't enough. So what he's going to concentrate on is going to make sure they get enough of what he was doing. Kwasia. That is the lesson John Mahama has learned. That all the things he did, the UGMC, the roads that he constructed, the Kotokrabes, the Kasua, the whatever, it wasn't enough. And he was supposed to do more. And when these people came in, you fools campaigned for could not do even 1%. So John Mahama has learned his lessons by coming back to put this country on the right track again. Kwasiato. Kwasia school na mko koye munim she ejimi for titi radio so radio phone time meeting na or the kodi obi ba. Fuck boy like you. Dirty riffraff. Do you know what journalism is? Most of them de manu fin di dirty girls say chinti moju say munim nyansa. Go and say the same about Bawumia. He says you cancel E-levy. Go and attack him and say about Bawumia. Has he learned his lessons? Go and say the things you are saying. Come back catch us on show with you. A Jimmy for mu paying kitten say poultry farm a bro. Mu paying kitten. Evans Mensana monetology 25,000 Ghana. I don't know 25,000 Ghana. A Jimmy for motetewo and they use you like pigs every time politicians are using you like dogs. And then I'm going to do Doomso no. Messiah, get me the Doomso video. And nyamana money gabi ocheda kotina Joy News eto Doomso no. Kwasia for who brought Doomso. Today we are in Doomso. Why are you not people singing the same songs and more? I said the people will charge at you people and they will chop you guys into pieces until you start speaking the truth. The boys you go in your neighborhood to go look for girlfriends in their neighborhoods, they know you people. Oh. The cars you people are driving and going and coming back, the hardship in the system, the boys who are being shot, those ones you think they are not humans. So our boys on Wall Street, around Accra now, because of people like you. One day, my pack of car would say, Uncle Fregan, bro. I'm the second war. Mojo someone to Mike Nima, fuck boy. Why are you today not singing on TV about Doomso? So you criminals sit there and say we are fearless. When did you ever hear CNN say they are fearless? Because you people are criminals. That's why you are fearless. DN journalism. Because you are scared. Because you are corrupt. Because you are criminals. Subcontracting. Mamamo, dirty boys. And I'm say Ghana no. And a fearless journalism. There's no fearless journalism here. You people are a disgrace to journalism. You are foolish. Speak the truth for people to know. Now, if you don't have the video, it's fine. Sia uko wari girl bi slay queen ako wari send to US ha uko jo force kojo yanks no said den slay queen ako wari send US na ote o kwasia to wa wari ekura want to manage wari kojo yanks you could not manage simple marriage fuck body o person dem be madana ne ambassador you could not manage a simple marriage you could not manage it. You want to come and talk about Ghana's problems. Huh? Oba keke aware ne natena manebu se bema oba no krampo hu se wonya bema because you were sleeping with men. That's why that lady left for the States. You could not manage simple marriage at home. You want to come and talk about how to manage Ghana. What bodam?
Mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.